braid. What happened here was that when I stitched this together, I kind of overdid it here. But this is how we're going to do this. Let's take this needle and go into here and lash it. This is Bonnie B. Hawkins, and I want to welcome you guys to create another episode here on Creative TV, the Bonnie B. Hawkins Creative TV. Today I am installing, as you can see here, a full wig cap, cornrow wig cap installation of my twisted braids. So we're going to get right into what we're doing here. As you can see, I am using a crochet needle with the lash hook. As you can see here, there it is, the crochet needle with the lashed hook. And here you see me pointing to the lash hook, showing you that the lash hook must be installed this way. And now you see the braid that I'll be using, the twisted braid. Here you see me showing you the hook, the little lash that you would put in there. And there you go. And you see me hooking the cornrowed braid onto, the twisted braid onto the lash hook. And you see me using, once I get it through there, you see me using the other end and pulling the braid through. Okay, and let's see, we'll show you again. All right, here I go again, and I'm showing you the lash hook, and I'm showing you how the lash hook should be launched. Okay, and now you see me putting the braid, the other plait on the lash hook and making sure the hook is lashed, and then pulling it through, and then taking the end of the braid and pulling it through. And you see me adjusting it to make sure it's setting flat. Okay, and I'm doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. On the other little side here, you notice of this installation wig. You see me, well, you didn't see me doing this. My camera was acting up and was running hot, so I did a few of them off camera. And plus, I was just learning. And you may notice that I put like different colors near the front, the brown and the blonde. And of course, now you see me installing the black braids, and they're same thing over and over again. So throughout this video, you will see me as I install. Now I'm using a styrofoam mannequin head, and if you notice the front of that, I also have made a mold to fit my head so that I can wear these hair pieces that I am designing. Okay, and there you see again, there it is. I am pulling the there you go. You can pretty much see what I'm doing right now. I put one in I didn't like the way it turned out, so I pulled it out. And I decided I'd do another one. You will notice that in one or two little areas on this video. Okay, so here we go. Lash a hook over. I have to do it. It has to be done right, or else it will kind of mess you up a little bit with it. So there you go. You got that in. And now you see the lash hook is this large now. And that you notice that braid that I started is behind the lash hook now, underneath of towards my hand. You notice that? That's very important, because when you put the other area, the other part of the end of the braid in, you must there's the one right there where I'm taking out, because there it is. So I took that one out because I made a mistake, and I didn't I got it tangled. See, that can easily happen. And also when you're using these crochet needles and braids, that can happen as well. So you got that, you see that part, and now what I was saying is to make sure that your the tail end of the braid goes Okay, here we go. We're going to put that in, and then you're going to pull that through, right? Once it's pulled through the cornrow, then you will take and I'm moving so fast I can't even keep up with what I'm doing. Because this is my voiceover of the things I've did with this. And now you see, okay, I've got the lash into the cornrow. Now you see I just put the braid over top of it. And now you see I am pulling. You probably won't see this. I think this little one kind of went off camera a little bit. When I was pulling on it, I didn't realize until after I looked back at the camera, at the video. Even though I have a monitor in front of me, I can't keep my eyes focused on that. Okay, so there you go. So I'm going to see if I can go over that again and show you that, because I never completed that statement. Okay, here, okay, and I pulled that through. And now making sure that the making sure that the lash is concentrating on the pulling through the, so process 1, pulling it through. Process 2, making sure that you stick the end of the braid in there like that, like I'm trying to do here, as you see me struggling. I can't really fully explain it, but I think you can see it better than what I'm just explaining. I think you can get it from what you're seeing on this video. So again, there I am, and I'm making sure my braids are straight. As you can see, I got quite a bit more to go, and I'll be doing some off camera, but for now I'm doing this on the camera. Okay, so I'll be again, I want to let's just do this again. Okay, insert your needle, then pull the hook through there. Make sure it's all the way at the bottom, and pull the other, and put the tail end of the braid through, and then pull that through, and that's how you will complete that one braid there. Okay, here we go again. You guys kind of can see what's going on, hopefully. I'm not good at explaining things. I'm a visual person, so that's why I try to make my videos visual. Make them videos instead of just audios on how-tos. So here we go. So you see me doing that again, and I will continue this process throughout this little thing. Somewhere along the line, I'm going to show you a demonstration of the actual wig cap, and then the styrofoam, the styrofoam wig head, and my plastic mixture homemade mold of my scalp, using the hair. Actually, if you're going to make a mold of your hair, it's best to, especially when you're ready to get your to do a certain style, is to take and pack your hair underneath of the cap the best that you can. You can maybe braid your own hair up under the cap, or wear however you want to that you're going to be wearing that hair, your normal hair out or styled. Just kind of place, braid it up if you can, or plait it up or whatever. Then put a cap, a stocking cap like on it, and then with that create your mold, and that's what I did. So okay, so of the hair, because if you notice, these caps are very can be very small. Now you can get special order caps from different companies where you can actually send them a mold of your hair, of your head, and they will fix you a wig, a stand for your so that you can put your wigs on and keep the shapes of the wigs, as well as using it as for your mold if you want to create your own wig, which you see here is what I'm doing with this. And yes, all of these my hair installs I wear myself from time to time, And I'm going into a whole new field here. On my channel, I have a lot of comedy sketches there and a lot of other things there. But this series is going to be a very long series because there's so much to cover in hair fashion. So you'll see me doing several different things with the hair, like the full wigs. And if you looked at my previous video, I was doing a hair topper, which is just a piece. It's like in the old days, the men wore them, they call them toupees. So it's not really a toupee for a woman. We call it a hair covering, a hair topping covering. So, something that is put on the crown of your head. A hairpiece goes on the crown of your head. And, you can have it long, leave it long, or you can make it the hair short, however you want it. And if you make it long, then that extra hair will come down and cover up your other hair and also give you more volume to your hair. And I think that's a wonderful thing that we can do, because as we get older, our hair seems to, thin out quite a bit. And when that happens, we want to have a solution, because we don't want to always have to put a full wig on to cover our hair up. We can use some of the hair that, if we got, a fairly decent amount of hair, or according to what we want, I should say, amount of hair, that's our own hair. We can use our own hair and just put the topper on to cover up, to give you that extra volume to the hair. This is how I like to wear when I do wear them, because the summer was very hot this year. Well, summer's always hot, but it seemed like to me it was extremely hot this year. And at the time, I didn't have these. I hadn't started doing any of this hair topping or hair weaving, or I didn't get into any of this series. So, but once I made that topper, believe you me, I was wearing that thing because it gave me that extra volume that I wanted to my hair, and it's very important to, if you don't want a full wig on, then, that you can use that. And also, I want to say something really quickly because this video is coming to a quick end. Here you see I will not be able to complete this this particular hair piece just yet because I'm running out of hair. However, I'm going to maybe do some substitute hair to put on it and fill it out. And I'm going to model it. I may model it just as you see it here. And then when I do end up finishing and getting the braids and finishing the braids, then I will at that time show the model. But I think I'm going to just show do a model of this hairpiece, and you will see it in an upcoming video. You will see a little teeny bit of this also to remind you that this was what I started with, okay, as far as this piece of as far as this portion of this project of my twisted braiding installation here. And also make sure you check this the other video out that's related to this one, that is actually a part of this one, but I had to put it on a separate video because it was longer. The one that's going to show you display, this is the one coming up. This is just going to be an example, so pay attention. This is just a sample of the full video. So I want you guys to check out the full video of me. I'll be displaying all the products that I used in the creation of this installation of the hair, the twisted braids. So you don't want to miss that. And you see right here that this is showing the wig cap that I use, and underneath of it is the actual wig cap. The box is up top that I'm pointing to it, displaying it. And then you see the hairs that I use as well as everything else that I use. So you definitely want to check that video out. So just search right through this channel right now, and you will find the video displaying my